Welcome back. This week is Craft Beer Week all across the country, and we are here celebrating with Eric Latham with Johnson City Brewing. He's going to show us how to pour a proper pint, and he's also going to teach us how to make the perfect snack to go along with it. Eric, thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, first off, we'll talk about what we're doing here in the kitchen before we start talking about the beer around us.
Okay, great. Yeah, so what we've got going on here is that we have this special beer. It's our best-selling beer, and it's called Peaches. As you know, it was an accident the first time I ever made it. And we also, just as much as we like to drink, we also like to eat. And so what we're doing here is we're frying up some bratwurst that were soaked and boiled in our peach beer.
So tell us, what does that do for the flavor?
Oh my goodness, it keeps bratwurst. The most important thing about bratwurst is that they stay good and juicy. Anybody tell you that? So you don't want to let the juices out. And so we boil it up. It actually takes the beer in to the sausage, it softens it up, and then it gives it a great flavor. Well,
it smells so good in here, and of course we're going to continue cooking as we keep talking. You just said that Peaches is one of your best selling beers. However, you said it was an accident. What do you mean it was an accident?
Yeah, so for the first time in 2018 is when we made this, and it was an accident. And what we were doing, our business was growing, and so we moved from a 1-barrel brewing system to a 7-barrel brewing system. When you do that times 7, you don't always get it right. So made it an accident, made a good beer, came out a little too hoppy, and we said, how are we going to save this thing? And we put peach puree on it, served it to our customers, and they loved it.
And then Peaches was born.
Peaches was born. Now it's our best-selling product, and we didn't even mean to do it. So.
That's incredible. Well, I know that you have so many other great options there too at Johnson City Brewing. If Peaches is not, people's thing now, can you, marinate the sausages in other beers? Have you tried that before? Yeah, for sure. For a long, long time, people have been marinating bratwurst sausages in different kinds of beers. Making steaks, any kind of meat really, and it breaks down the meat, makes it a little more tender. That kind of thing gives it great flavor, and so that's the beauty of this. Peaches is great. It's really nice summertime kind of thing to grill out with, and then you can use really any beer of ours to do brats, make stews, whatever kind of food you want. And I know that earlier you were telling me that you could also, throw these on the grill or cook them in some other way, and you don't have to always put them on the stove as a pan fry.
Yeah, that's the best part about it, is that any way you want to. This is a really simple recipe. This one in particular, you take these brats, you boil them in the beer, you get them nice and juicy. You can either throw them in the frying pan like this, crisp them up, get them brown, kind of really delicious, or put them out on the grill. And so we like to do that at our Boones Creek location. As we grill out, we grill some of these brats, some burgers, dogs, things like that, and have a great time.
Well, that sounds delicious. Now, I know that you also said that you have another demonstration for us. You're going to teach us how to have the perfect pour. So, are you ready?
No pressure there, right?
No pressure, right? So I'm going to let you show us how to do this. And I want you to walk us through, because I know some people, they say you need to tilt and do all these things, but show us what's the best way to do it.
It smells good. Just you can crack
it smells so good in here. I wish you guys could smell through the TV, because it smells amazing in here.
We haven't invented that yet?
Maybe it's coming. Maybe it's coming.
Yeah. Well, it's really simple with pouring a proper pint, but the key to the whole thing is that when you pour a pint of beer, and this is a 16-ounce can, a lot of people are used to a 12-ounce can. This is a 16-ounce pint glass, and the key is that you really want to have a little bit of head on top of the pint, about half an inch, and I have a lot of pressure here. I don't know if I can do this proper here.
I think you can do it. Do it for the TV. Do it for TV.
Here we go. So you pour it in there. You don't want to just pour it in too quickly here, because then it'll foam over. But you can see it'll build a little head there, a nice head towards the top. And we've got about 16 ounces of beer here, and as you can see, it's about an inch to half inch of head. That's the foam that's in there to enjoy a proper pint. See, it even comes up on the top. There's a little bit of a cupcake kind of thing. And we like to, we make our cans of beer, we like to fill them really full, so there's a little bit more than 16 ounces. And what you do with that is you either take a big swig, or, I don't know if you can do that on TV, or you pour a little bit on top of the sausages here, and it cooks them even more.
So a lot of folks think that you should not have the head on the beer. A lot of folks think that you shouldn't have that foam. But that's not right. You just said that you need to have about half an inch to an inch.
That's the key about a craft beer, is that, you can have a beer. There's a beer for every type of occasion, but the aroma of enjoying a beer is just as important as the flavor. So when you have a pint of beer like this, if you go to a place, a restaurant, tap room, we got a lot of great places around Johnson City to visit, really the Tri-Cities. You get a nice pint like this. Before you take a big swig, I know you want to. You want to just take a big gulp that first one, especially if you had a long day at work. You want to put your nose to it, and you smell it. So you smell that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. See,
Yeah.
that definitely changes the whole experience.
The whole thing, yeah, you got the nice peach aroma, you got some hops, all kinds of things, and that's how you enjoy a good craft beer.
Well, now we know. Thank you so much for joining us here on First at 4. And again, Johnson City Brewing, they are hosting several different events. They're not just celebrating with us here on First at 4. They're doing this at both locations, and we do have a full list of their events and the recipe for these bratwursts. That's all on our website, WJHL.com, so be sure to check that out. We'll be right back.